announcement. Please be seated for the grand valedictory function as we have giveaway prizes worth for more than 1 lakh rupees after this last lecture. There's a slight change in today's next topic. We are fortunate enough to have with us Dr. Shirish
Everybody
Ghan,
has
who
appreciated.
came all the way from Nasik, who's going to speak on a surprise topic that is very necessary for all of us, that is live in the moment. I request the chairpersons, Dr. Mukesh Shah sir and Dr. Sachin Pathak, to escort our speaker to the dais.
थैंक यू सर ने एक्नॉलेज किया मुझे पर आप लोग के इनपुट से बहुत फर्क पड़ता है हाँ जो है तो देंगे हाँ हाँ सीरियसली
Hello everyone. Now, after the AI, now our next talk is live in the moments. Let me introduce the speaker. Dr. Shirish Ghan is a alumnus of BJ Medical College. He is director of Yashali Hospital, Nashik. He is a faculty in the field of endoscopy. He has done many national as well as international endoscopy workshops. He has written chapters in many books. He has received orations, multiple orations also. And now recently his work is being mentioned in recent edition of Bailey and Love in the chapter on salivary glands by Dr. Prathamesh Pai. But today he will be not speaking on the endoscopy. He will speak on hobbies, living in the moments. His hobbies are trekking, cycling, and badminton playing. So he's done almost cycling in more than 20 countries and 5 continents. He is national level badminton champion and also has done trekking at high altitudes. So over to you, sir.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, IMAKON Kalyan, for inviting me here and helping me share. Can somebody, when I tell you, can you just put on the PPT? Or, okay, fine. Okay. So basically, Girish and me, we studied together. We have been doing a lot of things together all these years. And today morning, he called me up and said, can you come? He had given me an idea and I said, yes, I'll come. But he's a very smart fellow. He gave me the wrong address. So he just wanted to know if I could really live in the moment. So, but finally I did make it on time. What I'm going to do is, it is more of a sharing. So this question, where are you right now? Okay, that's fantastic. But most of you are really not here. This is the last program. You have the next program to catch. You're already in your car or you're thinking about the traffic jam. And that is what exactly happens with most of us. When we are living, we are not living in the present. What we do is we are either in the future or in the past. Jeevan changla navta. And in both these situations, we are either liking or disliking. Either liking the future or disliking it, or liking the past or disliking it. And a lot of this comes from my experience with following Vipassana for the last 23 years. I have not slept without meditating for the last 23 years. Wherever I have been, you will see I've been to various different places, but this is what this comes in. And then as I started practicing it, I came across a lot of people who give you the same thoughts. Hello. And I will also not let Bollywood go away. Bollywood also has been a good teacher. you have heard this song. But look at the deep meaning inside. The deep meaning inside is you still have to live in the moment. This moment is going to come and go. You have to be here. And Bollywood especially has given us a lot of fantastic messages. They will keep on coming. So what exactly is my approach to life? It is about balance, and you have to know what we have to hold on and what we have to let go. Because this basically forms the crux of so many things that we do. If we can manage that balance, then everything is fine. I don't know if you saw it yesterday, my clip was played during the program, and that is what I said. I don't talk about work-life balance, I talk about life-work balance. Because work is an important part of life. It is an important part of my life. It is not my entire life. And now, this was the news from today. So there was a bill which was introduced to promote work-life balance. Let's see what the government does about it, but this is where things are going because we are seeing a lot of burnout in professionals. And we as a community are one of the most burnt out communities if you look at it. So we all need to look into this. And this message, as I said, comes from everywhere. This comes from the Gita. So if we have been reading the Gita, we'll know this. But sometimes once you start getting it, the hack of things, then you will realize that if you know what it is, then you can find things. So the eye sees what the mind knows, and the eye does not see what the mind does not know. Can you just shift the slides from there? Is it okay? Yeah, go on to the next slide. This is from my cycling expedition in Canada, in the Canadian Rockies. And Paul Coelho, I have translated, आयुष्य म्हणजे हा क्षण जो आपण जगत आहोत. So what is life? Life is this moment, nothing else. So we'll see these things coming on. Next. कबीर, कल करे सो आज कर, आज करे सो अब, पल में प्रलय होगी, बहुरी करेगा कब. So you look at things from tomorrow, no, not from tomorrow, from this moment. Every WhatsApp message that you go through or every billboard that you see, you could probably see messages about living in the moment. Next. Buddha. You can see Isaiah. All of them have said, you read through anything, you will find that living in the moment is the only way out. You go through all philosophies, all religions. They ultimately tell us, teach us to do what we need to do is live in the moment. Next one. Again, another beautiful song. This picture is from a beach in Sri Lanka. We have been cycling in Sri Lanka. As I said, I've cycled all around the world. So, fantastic. We get this. What would you do if you could have a breakfast at this particular point? Would you love it? Yes. This comes from my cycling expedition from Manali to Khardungla. This is called Chandratal, and we had a beautiful breakfast here. So if you keep on wanting to be at the destination, then you miss out on the journey. And you will see a lot of pictures here during my journey, which are such beautiful pictures that if you don't stop and enjoy them, you are just missing out on the entire segment and you are just focused on the destination. So please, I've said this time and again, the journey is much more important than the destination. And I can tell you of this story which was in Reader's Digest when I was a school-going kid. I remember this story vividly. This was written by a dad. He said, I was driving my two sons and wife from point A to point B. We came across a valley with a very beautiful river. And my younger son said, Dad, why don't we stop and have a swim? And dad being dad, wanted to reach point B in time. So I said, no, there could be whirlpools, poisonous creatures, rocks. So we are not stopping. But my elder son said something which I couldn't refuse. He said, Dad, let's do it this way. Let us stop. You wade into the water. And If there are any dangers, we will not stop. I mean, we will not take a swim. He concluded saying, we spent the best family time that we ever did in our lives at that river. And his last sentence was, how many times in life do we stop enjoying because of things which do not exist? So we have to take everything in our stride at that particular moment. Next slide. This is again, I do some amount of photography, but mostly mobile, not like Girish. She's a fantastic photographer. And again, if you worry, it is the misuse of the wonderful power of imagination that God has given you. If you at all have to be in the future, think positive. Why worry? What you have to do is right now. If you do every step right now correct, your future automatically will be fine. So don't ever worry. I keep on telling my patients, most of our patients will be anxious. They need to know what's going to happen in the future. And I keep on telling them that no problem was ever solved by worrying. So we need to think, have a positive outlook about life. And if we live in the moment, it automatically keeps on coming to us. Next one. Trekking, I have been trekking since 1983. And my children, as you can see, they have been trekking with me since they were young. It gives you a lot of, you remain connected to nature. It obviously reduces your stress. You develop your physical abilities. You develop your motor neuron skills. You develop team bonding. I remember Dr. Bhishmaraj Bam, he was a sports psychologist. He used to sometimes stay in Nasik. He said that of all the skills required to lead a happy life, and he said happy life, education is the easiest to get because there is a set pattern. Till 12th, read this book, this chapter, first 2 chapters, 8 marks ka question aayega, 2 में से 1 आएगा, करो, and you are through. But he said, to lead a happy life, all other skills you will learn on the sports field. It could be like winning from the jaws of defeat, also sometimes snatching defeat from the jaws of victory. All of this you have to learn because life is not as simple as a textbook. Next slide. Again, another children grew up trekking with me, so they also have developed their own personalities. These are also photos from about 8-10 years back. Now both of them are grown up. Next one. I would put this message, the new year is coming, we are approaching the new year. I think all of us, and probably this is more for myself. I'm reiterating for myself rather than telling you that let me keep on this practice of trying to live in the moment. Next one. You can just shift over, next slide. As I was cycling closer to Leh, we had cycled about 40 kilometers that day. This altitude of this place is about 14,000, 15,000 in between. And we were dead tired. And suddenly we come across this. In this God-forsaken place, I mean, it is such a lonely place that to come across this, Shramena Sarvam Sadhyam, effort can achieve everything. We got so inspired that the next 20 kilometers were a breeze. And I was wondering, who would have done this? Who would know that whatever he would do would probably inspire some goddamn crack-headed cyclist one day to cycle further on. But he did his job. He did not think about what was going to happen again. He was ordered, or maybe it was his idea, to build something like this, paint it, and write this down. And most likely because of the markings, this is from the Indian Army. Next one. Again, Bollywood.
No, hang on to it. It's very good. You didn't carry baggage.
No, it's important not to.
Yeah, that's very important,
Yeah.
Sir. We all carry baggage.
Don't
It's
carry
important
baggage.
not to.
Live in the moment.
जो मिल गया उसी को मुकद्दर समझ लिया जो मिल गया उसी को मुकद्दर समझ लिया मुकद्दर समझ लिया मुकद्दर समझ लिया
I could not manage. And I was rejected, and I cried, and I sobbed, and then I forgot about it.
जो खो गया मैं उसको भुलाता चला गया फिक्र को धुएं में उड़ा
Sometimes it's glorious at times. It's beautiful, but it's lonely.
So,
The loneliness is beautiful also. You must learn how to enjoy it.
am I telling anything new? They have already told you about 3 decades, I don't know, 4 or 5 decades ago. Devanand was telling us the same thing through the songs, through his interviews. So once you have that attitude of trying to grasp what they are saying, it is phenomenal the amount of similar messaging that keep on coming. I mean, Girish, you must be knowing in our group when somebody posts a message, I put down below it, live in the moment. Live in the moment. Quite a few messages are about living in the moment. Maybe from Gulzar, maybe from other authors. Next. We can go next. I think we should be able to live our life like this. Volume. Okay. Look at that boy. I mean, in our childhood, didn't we play with trees, we played with water, we played with mud, everything. Probably over a period of development, I don't know why, but we have lost this kind of joy in life. So we need to recreate these things to get back to that happy kind of living. And our childhoods were in that sense less stressful because we were living. As children, we live in the moment. We don't think too much about, nowadays we have started making our children think too much. By 9th, they are saying, I want to be a cardiothoracic surgeon. It is, I think, too much. Next. This comes from one of our trekking pictures. And all the time, quite a few times I am asked that, how come, what happens if you go to a trek and then if you don't have food, if you don't have this, if you don't have that? And I'm reminded of the story of a old Red Indian guy whose reputation was that he is positive come whatever the situation. So a reporter says, that's strange, I need to go and interview him. So he starts finding his address, and as he's going to his home, he says maybe he's a filthily rich man, he's politically connected very strongly, so he doesn't face any problems, that's why he's positive. And as he goes to his home, he realizes he's living in a very small home, contrary to what he had expected from him. So he knocks on the door. The old man opens the door. He says, how come you're positive all the time? So he says, it's simple. I have 2 dogs in my mind. One is a positive dog, one is a negative dog. They both fight all the time. Whichever dog wins becomes my line of thought, my words and my action. Vichar, vacha, ani acharan. So this guy says, yeah, that's not rocket science. I mean, it happens in my mind too. Like as I was coming to meet you, one dog said, I'll be able to meet you. The other said, I'll not be able to meet you. One dog said, you will answer my question. The other said, you will not answer my question. So how come your positive dog wins all the time? And this guy looks at this reporter and says, son, the dog that I feed the most wins. So in every single situation, it's your choice which dog to feed. So if I wanted to reach Kalyan, I couldn't feed the dog which would say, आज नाही पोहोचणार, आज traffic लागेल. I fed, I will be on time. मी गिरीशला तेच सांगितलं, I will be on time, whatever. So that's how, I mean, if you remain in the moment, you remain positive. It's easier to remain positive. Next one. Play. My wife, she is a pedodontist. We both cycle together. So this is a part of it. Generally, we go on expeditions to high mountain ranges like the Rockies, the Alps. So then we practice, the Kasara Ghat is closest to us from Nasik. So generally we practice about 2 or 3 rounds of the Kasara Ghat. And it's a phenomenal time to be in the Kasara Ghat during the range. When you are in the car, it's beautiful. But when you are on the bicycle, it's phenomenal. So obviously we do mad things. On a cycle, it's much more easier. If you climb down from a car and you can't do this, so the car has straight-jacketed us. The cycle liberates us. Next one. I can fly an aircraft. He's my teacher. He used to call me sir. I told him, no, you are my sir here. You come to my clinic, you will have to call me sir. But here you are my teacher. We used to fly this Cessna 172. This is a 4-seater aircraft. How many of you know that there's water in the clouds? How many of you know? Can you raise your hands? Only one person I can see there. Okay. I mean, do clouds have water or no? Yes. So how do you know? Okay, how do you know? How? Yes. But that's information, isn't it? What I've done is I've flown into a cloud, opened the window, put my hand out, it got wet. The cloud has water. I know the cloud has water. Direct proof. Next one. And let me remind you, this was previous slide. When in flying, they say, when we used to sit in the cockpit, they used to say, check for the fuel. So you put the ignition on, you have 2 fuel tanks in an aircraft, there are 2 fuel meters. They show 40 liters, 60 liters, whatever. But the dictum was, you get down, put a ladder, climb onto the tank which is on the wing, open the lid, put in a dipstick and measure. बाप दाखव नाही तर श्राद्ध कर, मशीन चुकलं म्हणून मी मध्येच थांबू शकत नाही. तर त्यामुळे इन फ्लाइंग द डिक्टम इज गेट एव्हरीथिंग सेफ. चाकामध्ये अरे हवा बघून घे रे, नाही तू बघून घे. इट्स लाईक इन सर्जरी. रिबिट हालतायत का बघून घ्यायचो आम्ही, right? So everything is taught that way, because in flying you can be on ground only 2 ways, landed safely or crashed. So you have no excuses there. Another thing which I learned in flying was radio telephony, how to communicate. कुठे आहे? अरे ती नाही का लाल बिल्डिंग, त्याच्या बाजूला नाही का चहाची टपरी? Useless information. So in radio telephony you have to follow 2 principles which are called brevity and clarity. And that is how they communicate, because it's a split-second communication. So these are 2 or 3 important things which I learned in flying, and obviously the freedom of going up, down, moving it, recovering the aircraft from failure, all of those I have learned. Next one. I grew up watching Wimbledon, which was probably one of the most telecast sports event in those times after cricket. When I went to the UK for the first time, my tour guide said, where are you going? I said, I'm going to Wimbledon. She said, but we have to go to the London Eye. It's paid. It's in the tour. But that was the only day I could have gone to Wimbledon. So she asked me, do you have a ticket? I said, no. She said, what guarantee you will have a ticket? I said, there's only one guarantee. If I don't go, I don't get. So I could have come empty-handed, but I watched Mahesh Bhupati, Leander Paes, Lindsay Davenport, Venus and Serena Williams playing doubles live at Wimbledon. So you just have to be there for that moment, and you have to catch those moments. Next one. I mean, is there an audio to it? Okay. Next one. This boy I met on an Himalayan trekking expedition. Look at the happiness. He probably didn't have anything. This is the typical tent hotel that they have, where you get Maggie and omelette. And he was helping his parents wash the dishes, and probably he would never have gotten a Maggie, or most likely even an omelette. But that guy was so happy. I mean, you can look at his face. It will transform you into it will get a smile on your face. So most of the times we don't need too much to be happy when you're living in the moment. When you're not, then you're again thinking of the future, and then liking, disliking, the same thing happens. Next one. Earthquake relief work. I learned a very important lesson. One of the girls who had lost everything except her grandmother, house, everything, money, everything gone. Somebody came and gave her a packet of glucose biscuits. She gave 2 to her grandmother. She ate 2. And as I was looking at her, she put that packet in front of me and said, Dr. Saab, aap lenge. And I still get goosebumps, because that taught me that she lost everything. That was her only worldly possession, yet she had the ability to give. So tomorrow, if I face a situation where I cannot give, I always remember her when I say कि नहीं मला जमणार नाही माझ्याकडे नाही आहे. So these are, but this experience I got because I was willing to go there. And my parents were instrumental in that. They said प्रत्येक आई बापांनी म्हटलं की माझा मुलगा तिथे नाही जाणार तर तिथे जाईल कोण. So phenomenal. Hats off to my parents for that. Next one. So obviously badminton and table tennis have been Maharashtra IMA champions. I have 2-3 friends over here from Kalyan whom we recently met. I've been the Maharashtra IMA champions for 10 times and IMA nationals for 4 times. And my aim is to win the world badminton title, men's doubles 55 plus. So I'm working on it. Next one. Thank you. Next one. Shift this slide. In continuation with the last lecture.
उन चीजों के लिए वक्त निकालो जिनसे तुम्हें सचमुच खुशी मिलती है जो दिन जो घड़ी जो खुशी जो भी जिंदगी में मिले उससे पटे बढ़ लो Seize the day, my friend. क्योंकि ना जाने कल ये दिन ये घड़ी ये खुशी फिर मिले ना मिले पहले इस दिन को पूरी तरह जियो.
Next one.
फिर 40 के बारे में
I've done bungee jumping. Next one. And I always say this, fear is a figment of imagination. If you don't embrace uncertainty, at this particular point, I am very certain. Next thing could be uncertain, but I accept it in this moment. Play the video. So that's me at the world's highest bungee jump in New Zealand. And you can see I'm in that sense quite at peace. A little bit of adventure excitement is bound to be there. I'm not a robo. But at least there is not too much fear. Next slide. So I've done crazy things. I've gone in the Rajasthan desert, 7 days on a camelback, riding, sleeping in the sand. Fantastic skies, beautiful animals all around. Next one.
Video, you can edit it.
This is my recent expedition with a Nat Geo team to Mongolia. So me and my wife, we went 20 days in Mongolia, staying with the Kazakh eagle hunters. This jacket comes from Mongolia. It is their traditional jacket. I mean, at this stage in life, at least you should be able to spend a reasonable amount of time away from work and still be happy about it. Next one. This is in France. We were cycling from Geneva to Nice. We came across this blue lake. Everybody was like clicking picture. और 40 किलोमीटर बाकी है. तो मैंने पूछा कि जिंदगी में 40 किलोमीटर साइकिल नहीं किया है क्या हमने? And me and my friend, we went in. We had a swim. Then a coffee shop opened. We had coffee. We went on our way after that. And they all came back again saying that was the wrong route. We have to go this side. So we didn't stop living in the moment. They were always worried कि जल्दी पहुंच जाएंगे, 40 किलोमीटर का पहुंच जाएंगे. पहुंच के करना क्या है? होटल में लेट के पंखा देखना है. Next one. Next one. This is skydiving from this thing. This is my motto: live more, fear less. Next one. This is about 10, 12 days old. Can you spot fear there? Next slide. I bought my first handycam. I shot this tiger entire 7-minute sequence on a video cam. And when the tiger went away, then the excitement went down and I suddenly realized that I did not see a tiger. I was continuously focused on the monitor. So I was looking at a picture, at an image. And for whom? I was there. I should have seen the tiger. But nahi, Girya ko dikhayenge, Shabda ko dikhayenge, isko dikhayenge. Forget about it. Now the mobile has come very handy. You can be tick, 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 and you're done. Next one. This is a valley swing near Bhandardara. This is called Sandhan Valley. You can see that midpoint where the rope is attached and you jump from the cliff here. So again, all these activities can be done if you accept uncertainty, if you're living in the moment. Obviously, the background check has to be done before that. Next one. Okay, play this. Play the audio. There has to be. Just check again.
अब देखो जीवन एग्जैक्टली ऐसा है कि नहीं मोमेंट
Watch very carefully.
अब देखो जीवन एग्जैक्टली ऐसा है कि नहीं मोमेंट टू मोमेंट टू मोमेंट टू मोमेंट फ्यूचर पास में जा रहा है राइट अच्छा तुम्हें खुश होना हो तो मौका कब है अभी अभी है ना तुम 100 साल जी लोगे ना तो भी 2 मोमेंट एक साथ में नहीं मिलेंगे जीने के लिए ओनली 1 मोमेंट एट ए टाइम एंड दैट इज नाउ एंड नाउ एंड नाउ अच्छा सिर्फ हैप्पीनेस की बात नहीं है सर आप चिंता करते हैं तो फ्यूचर को लेके चिंता करते हैं लेकिन करते कब है अभी ना आप गुस्सा करते हैं तो पास्ट को लेके गुस्सा कर रहे हैं जो ऑलरेडी हो चुका है लेकिन करते कब है अभी गुस्सा भी अभी चिंता भी अभी हैप्पीनेस भी अभी ही आर यू लिस्निंग माय डियर बजा लो थैंक यू यू नो एक नर्सरी की कविता है जो बड़े बड़े कॉर्पोरेट हाउसेस में सिखानी चाहिए एक्चुअली कहते हैं द टाइम टू बी हैप्पी इज नाउ एंड द प्लेस टू बी हैप्पी इज हियर एंड द वे टू बी हैप्पी इज टू मेक समवन हैप्पी एंड हैव अ लिटिल हेवन राइट हियर
Thank you.
The time to be happy is now, and the place to be happy is here.
Thank you very much, Dr.